Rivals, presented by the University of North Carolina. Tonight, we're in Cary, one of the surprises of the young season, 2-0 Green Hope. And they're taking on Athens Drive, a team that has beaten them each of the last 2 seasons. Hello again, everybody, and welcome in. I'm Patrick Johnson. Andrew Bays will hear from Madison Little coming up in just a little bit. Boy, what a turnaround here at Green Hope. Winless last year, and they're 2-0 this year. They've got a lot of momentum heading into tonight.
Absolutely, yeah, Patrick. This Green Hope team has started 2-0, and they are on fire. Offensively, in their first 2 games, they've produced 101 points while holding the defense's shutout in both matchups. They're going to want to roll that momentum into this game against a very hungry Athens Drive team that is going to run the wishbone, and they're eager for their first win.
Yeah, they've got a new look offense. And we'll talk now about our stars to watch and our keys to the game. It's our Central Carolina Chevy Dealers stars and keys. What do you got for us, Andrew?
For the Stars, a fun matchup tonight will be down in the trenches. For Athens Drive, senior center Alvin Thompson Jr. is one of the team's leaders, and as a center of a wishbone offense, he is the heartbeat. He does a great job getting push up front and creating running lanes for his offense. He is strong, smart, and is very athletic. When you watch him tonight, you will see his physical style and extra effort, which his coaches love. He will be battling Green Hope senior defensive tackle Donovan Holmes. Standing 6'3", 285 pounds, he has elite first-step quickness and does a great job being disruptive in the backfield. He plays with outstanding leverage and can shed blocks, which will be pivotal tonight if Green Hope has any hope of stopping this Athens Drive wishbone offense.
Time for the keys to the game, and they are driven by Central Carolina Chevy Dealers. Visit your Central Carolina Chevy dealer today.
For Athens Drive, the keys will be for the Jaguars to limit penalties and errors as a team. And they've been focusing this week on protecting the football offensively and creating takeaway opportunities on defense. For Green Hope, the keys will be first to match the high-energy performances they've had the first 2 weeks of this season. And of course, defensively, when facing a wishbone offense, you have to play assignment football and stay disciplined to limit big plays.
With more on the matchup, let's send it downfield to Madison.
Well, Patrick, it's early in the season, but both teams feel like they have a lot riding on tonight's game. For Green Hope, it's their home opener and a chance to go 3-0 for the first time since 2014. They hosted tailgates earlier today for their fan base, and for the first time in Green Hope history are debuting in all-black uniform. Coach Mitch Johnson feels like a win today could flip the script for his team, and those little things just make this game feel that much bigger. Athens Drive hoping tonight could be their first win of the season, a season where they're debuting a new offense. The Jags running a triple option, and tonight Cameron Young gets the nod at QB in place of Tyrese Madry. Coach Tommy Smith told me with this style of play, it's important to give both players reps, and putting Cameron in at QB is an opportunity to try something new. We will watch it all unfold when we come back right here on Friday Night Rivals.
They call it the Nest, and it's the site of Friday Night Rivals for the first time. They're excited. They had a big tailgate for the students. They're here for a blackout tonight, and it is packed to the gills in the student section. There's Tommy Smith Jr., Boise State Bronco back in his day. A lot of wins when he was in Idaho. 5th year helming the program for the Jaguars. And he has certainly changed things there. Just a matter of time before the victories follow. And man, what a job Mitch Johnson has done, Andrew. 2nd year, 0-10 last year, and they're off to the 2-0 start. And they have not allowed any points on defense.
Yeah, it's what an effort by him coming in, establishing a bit of character in this program, some pride. And this team's responding to him in fold. They've had a lot of success here early on. A lot of yards offensively, a lot of points. And defensively, they're showing up for him as well. So there is some belief in this program, trying to take some strides, elevate it to the next level, and I think he's off to the races.
So that's Cameron Young. Madison told you he'll get the start at quarterback. He's also going to be on the return here. And we are underway with our kickoff for Legacy Construction and Roofing. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us. It'll be a touchback, and it'll be Athens coming out on offense. Cameron Young, the junior, 81 yards rushing so far this season for an offense that coming in is still trying to find its footing. 13 points per game in the first couple so far this season.
Yeah, running that wishbone, that triple option. It's a high discipline offense, and everyone's got to do their part for the whole unit to succeed.
And defensively, it is a challenge. And they'll go with the ground play on the opening snap. Riddle and Riddle starting lineups tonight. Riddle and Riddle when justice counts. You got Young in there at the quarterback spot. Cochran, and then your wingbacks are Tuck and Bridges. Shook's the receiver. Sean Tube, the tight end. Colt Jackson is one of 3 seniors on this offensive line. 2nd and 6, and on the dive again, ahead to the 30. And that will move the chains. Riddle and Riddle starting lineups for this defense. Beasley's a two-way player for them. And you see Hutchins, Holmes. Team has Hawk, Brown, Volchek, there's Seward, and Josie on the back end. Gibson and Gilroy are the safeties. DJ Harrington, who followed Mitch Johnson from Northwood, is the defensive coordinator. Young in the backfield on the option, gets smothered back to the 25. Nice job to get back there to him as a tackle is made, and it's going to be some major lost yardage.
Just a safety blitz. What a call to start it off. Push him behind the chains. Go 2nd and long here. Bear Volchek having a great year.
So that was Bear. Middle linebacker shot the gap. Loss of 5, and that's one thing in this offense you do not want to get behind the chains. Draw. And it's able to push for a couple ahead. Interesting that they've made the move to go this week with Young. You've watched them on film leading up to this, and when they're able to get the offense going, they're able to be productive, but they've been harmed by a lot of penalties.
Yeah, penalties throughout their film. It's early in the season. Discipline's an issue. Triple option, you know, it's very complex. Everyone's got to do their job, and you get a little jumpy on the offensive line.
Pitch in the back after the orbit motion, and pushed out is Bridges. Nice work to get there to him. Houston Hawk, the junior backer.
Yeah, Hawk just kind of sniffed that out. Athens Drive tried to stretch it out, and Hawk was able to break contain on that outside blitz. Get him to the perimeter and get him down. Braxton Gibson, well played.
So now the punt from Ben Smith, the soccer goalie. Back to return is Seward. At the side of his foot, and that's going to be really good starting field position for Green Hope when we come back. So the defense that has not allowed a point all year gets the big sack after allowing the first, and we'll take a look at this offense, which has scored over 50 a game for the first 2 weeks. Green Hope in the all-black unis. First time they've ever worn those here at home tonight. First home game, a lot of excitement for Mitch Johnson's team. We're going to come out with Nick Goulet. He was at South Wake last year. He's the quarterback. Swings it to the near side. A.J. Davis tunneling for 9 yards.
Yeah, they took advantage of just soft coverage on the outside there. A.J. Davis was able to pick up a chunk of yards just very simply. Just a quick little pitch and catch.
Going to be a pickup officially of 8, so it'll bring up 2nd and 2. Riddle and Riddle starting lineups. Riddle and Riddle when justice counts. Goulet, Beasley, Davis, who had the reception a moment ago. Clegg, a really good route runner. They have an offense that averages just under 202 pounds, or just over 202 pounds up front. Not the biggest. If you give Goulet time, he'll make you pay. He gets rid of the ball quick, as you see. Dumps it off to Jack Sloan, and he negotiates some first down yardage inside the 25. on a pickup of 7 yards.
Yeah, we'll see with this offense. We'll see a lot of receivers touching the ball tonight. That was Jack Sloan. He's had 7 catches this season for 85 yards through 2 games. They like to spread the ball out quite a bit, as we watch film on them on previous weeks.
AD's defense, Shepard, Lubke, Thompson, Young, Schoentube, Swenson, Cochran, Jamari Bridges playing 2 ways. C.J. Wilson Jr., the corner, Smith and Barlow for the Jaguars. Riddle and Riddle starting lineups. Downhill run. There's Beasley, who last week had 75 yards against East Chapel Hill. And he gets a good gain on first down.
Yeah, he showed patience there as the tight end was swinging over. He was able to break a tackle and get a nice chunk of 8 yards.
Down to the 16. And all of a sudden, in the red zone go the Falcons here at home. It's the Reel It In red zone with saltwater seafood and Fry Shack. From boat to bite, done right. Beasley has a hole. Beasley rumbles in for the score. Make it 107 unanswered to start the season for the Falcons.
Wow. I tell you, we take a look at this offensive line. Actually, Patrick, we got a flag on the field, and
that's going to be a hold. It's going to come back.
I was going to say that left side of that offensive line did an incredible job sealing it off for him. There's going to be a hold.
I think it's right there.
Yeah, right there.
There it is. Out on the perimeter. So the line.
Nash Clegg
did their job. It was Clegg who got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. So they'll repeat the down. And they'll be back at the 20.
It's hard, you know, you have a play like that, and you know, it's not that Clegg's not giving good effort. He's giving great effort there. Just got to have the awareness that the runner's free from you, and you just got to let up.
Johnson calls the plays. See what he dials up here. Beasley off to the left of Goulet. Gets it again on the right side. Cuts it up. And he will take it down to the 14, a pickup of 6. And it'll bring up third down.
Yeah, so Beasley here just stretching out to the perimeter, looking to make that one cut. He finds the lane off of the block of number 4. Cornelius, actually, I'm sorry, number 4, Jack Sloan in on the block.
They're going to say it was enough for a first, actually. So that's an Air Experts Heating and Cooling and Plumbing first down. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com.
So in this offense, wide receivers got to block. Got to get down the field and block. Jack Sloan with a good one there.
Davis and Jack Traynor are out to the right. Sloan is in a slot over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Some good pressure put on by Alex Lubke, the senior nose guard, and also Ja'Shawn Shepard, who had has 6 tackles through the first couple of games for Athens.
Yeah, Ja'Shawn Shepard just pressured him just enough to make Goulet throw an off-balance pass. He had a seam and a receiver for a touchdown. He just got rid of it a little earlier than he wanted to. So good job there, Athens drive, forcing an early throw.
So Coach Smith calls the defense for Athens, hoping his team can get another stop here. 2nd and 10. Do not have to get to the end zone for a fresh set of downs. Ooh, jet sweep motion. Davis able to take it to the 10.
It's a good play there. You give A.J. Davis an opportunity to work in some space. You see here, he's trying to stretch it out. Makes his cut, but Athens drive does a great job there, corralling the runner, getting him down. Number 1, Jamari Bridges. Yep. Good open field tackle.
Has 5 tackles coming in. It was a gain of 5. It's going to be third down. Actually, gain of only 3. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Nice cut. Close to the first. That was Houston Catullo. Now, Catullo's interesting. He was the quarterback in this game last year and threw for 225 yards. Here, found a seam, took advantage. He got rocked, but It's going to bring up 4th and short.
Talking to Coach Johnson this week, Catula, that's one of those names that came up, kind of a player that can do it all. He's on the depth chart at just about every position. Played some quarterback last year and obviously in the backfield right now.
8th play of this inaugural drive for Green Hope. And I think maybe we've got an issue with some equipment for a couple guys.
Possibly.
Clegg back in. They're going to huddle. Trainer hustling back on after he got the play. This is a little old school here. Get the play from the sideline, run it in.
That's right. Got 4th and short here. This offense has got a lot of different weapons, but this is a good opportunity, Athens drive, to make a stand.
And it's going to be a timeout taken by Green Hope. They're going to decide what they're going to do. 4th and inches. 4:01 to go in the first. Hey folks, stay tuned for the Medical Minute. It's brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. Patrick Johnson, Andrew Bays, Madison Little. 4th and inches upcoming here, deep in Athens territory for the Falcons on a first drive. They had a touchdown called back due to a holdout on the perimeter. Let's see what they do. They're going to send the offense out, it appears.
Yeah, Athens drive. Obviously, they're looking for their first win of the season tonight. It's one of those opportunities, you know, that can kind of turn things in a positive way for your season. Get a stop here, get your offense back on the field.
Apparently somebody didn't have a mouthpiece, and that's why they had to come out. And the whistle as the ball is snapped. Maybe a good thing, because I don't think Green Hope was going to get it. And it's procedure on the Falcons. And now they're going to kick.
So Noah Boskin comes on. He's been perfect on PATs, and he's one field goal attempt this season so far. He's 1 for 1 with a field goal of 41 yards. So he's been fairly busy through 2 weeks of football.
This will be 27. Well, they have scored at quite a clip, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
More points than they scored all of last year. And that will be no problem. So, Green Hope on the board, not the result they wanted. They wanted 6, but they pick up the game's first points, and Noah Boskin with the 27-yarder.
Yeah, for Athens drive, that's almost a win. You know, defensively, you know, at one point you had Green Hope had a touchdown. It got called back on a holding penalty, and points came off the board, and to be able to come out of that with 3 points, you know, psychologically you take that as a win. You'd love to hold them, but you live to fight another day. Prevented the touchdown. So
well, the other part of that too is, and you know this, when you've kind of struggled to score, you're in this new flex bone triple option look, similar to what Davidson runs. Being down a score but not 7.
That's right.
Is a little more palatable at this point.
No, absolutely.
So they told us beginning of the week that Kyle Richards, he's a sophomore, you see him there, might be the most stacked kicker in the triangle. Oh, he puts about 80-90% in the end zone. There's no statistical, data backing this, but it's okay. So I was anxious to see his first kick tonight. What does he do? Parks it in the end zone.
He parks it deep in the end zone.
Yeah, he did. Knocked it pretty good. Cameron Young back. Time for the Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us. This one will hit out at the 1, or did it make the end zone? It made the end zone. Wow.
That was really close. Really close to going out of bounds. But I'll tell you, he's got a big leg, and that's a weapon. you take away the threat of a return on every kickoff in high school, that's pretty significant. So to have a kickoff specialist like Kyle Richards, that's every coach's dream.
Young back out there. Athens has had just 11 winning seasons all time, 5 seasons of 500. One of those Coach Smith led them to a couple of years ago. Up the middle, and the Falcons were there on defense.
Yeah, Jamari Tuck getting the carry there. He's got to protect that football. Got a little loose on him there as he was grinding out those yards up the middle of the field. Got to make sure you protect the football.
Up to the 24, so second down and 6. Hawk was in on that last tackle. Hawk lines up in a defensive end spot. They've got 5 up front. Quarterback keeper this time, not much on that right side. In fact, no gain. And it popped out as well.
Yeah, on cue, ball security when running this offense. Got no exchange, so it just looks like Green Hope is going after the ball.
Well, that was lucky. That hit off of the foot of Tuck, and Swinson behind the play able to pounce.
Yeah, they were doing Green Hope was doing peanut punch drills and warm-ups. It's obviously something that Coach Johnson is teaching to this young defense. It's something that Athens Drive has got to do a better job protecting the football.
Tried that dive again, and nothing for Tuck, but we do have a penalty marker down.
Yeah, that's one aspect of this wishbone. So you want to continue to work the line of scrimmage.
Scott Wetzel, our referee tonight. Green Hope does not accept the penalty. So it'll be 4th and 5. Well, 4th and 4.
It's 4th down.
Able to find the 26.
You know, you hope as you work the interior of that defensive line, you hope that at some point you're able to break it loose and wind them down. They played a long game. The Green Hope is prepared for it. Donovan Holmes, that big body we talked about in pregame. That's a big body to move, 6'3", 285.
They wind the clock. Play clock is down to 5.
Asking for a reset.
Now they do reset it. You might take every one of these 25 seconds on the play clock. Oh, and that's not what you wanted if you were Green Hope. When they kept the offense out there, you had to think they were at least going to go with the hard count. They did, and it's going to be encroachment and a first down for Athens Drive.
It's a good job there, Athens Drive. Coming out. Cameron Young working that hard count, getting him to jump. Had 2 linemen jump there. Able to keep the football and a fresh set of downs. Of course, Coach Johnson there doesn't like the body movement of Cameron Young as he's under center. Felt that he was clutching, forcing the defensive lineman to jump.
Air Experts first down a moment ago. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com.
Hard count, you can bark, but you can't bob your head, you can't move your arms. You have to stay still.
Couple of tight ends in the look now in this wishbone.
A timeout.
Going to be a timeout for Athens. So they've gone to a triple option at Athens. It was really one of those things, in talking to Coach Smith this week, it was sort of a necessity thing with numbers and just with trying to shorten games. And you look at the league they're in now in the Cap 8A, really, really challenging conference. Millbrook, Leesville, Roseville is in that league. And they open, in fact, after tonight they'll have an open week, and then they start conference play at Millbrook on the 19th, Leesville at home on the 26th. So, I mean, that's not an easy beginning.
Well, I can tell you from the defensive side of the ball, when you're facing a wishbone offense or triple option offense, it is a nightmare. You see this type of offense maybe once or twice a year, and you have to dedicate a lot to making sure that your defense executes, because if you do not get a hat on a hat, the triple option can break a big chunk run. We've seen that on film with Athens Drive. They have it within them. Right now, Green Hope's doing a good job executing defensively.
So 2 timeouts to either side here. Young trying to pick his way ahead. You don't have to get big yardage on first down, but you need some positive yardage.
Bridger Gilroy, sophomore safety, was involved in that. And it's becoming a theme. I'm seeing them, the Green Hope defense, really get in there and try to knock this ball loose. They're actually making it an effort, either holding up the runner and then a secondary player coming in trying to punch it out. So ball protection will be a key for Athens Drive. Cameron Young up for the challenge tonight as a starter, first-time starter.
They get the snap off with 1 on the play clock in the stadium. And that is a good push up front. Gives Young and this offense third and manageable to work with here as they advance it up to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, Cameron Young was able to get that chin down, get low to the ground, and just churn those yards up. So he was able to make it a manageable third down here. Obviously, Tommy Smith enjoys the shorter third down. You have more play options here for the squad to be able to pick up a first down.
Their offensive coordinator, Brian Bolster, ran this at Watauga, so he's pretty intimate with the triple option, and it's going to be 3-0 at the end of 1. And we will continue with a third down when we come back. A field goal is what we have on the board here. They're fired up at Green Hope, a 2-0 beginning to the season for them, one of their best starts in recent memory. '92-degree day today, 84 at kickoff. But the moon, good-looking shot.
What a picture.
All right, let's check out the Stars and Strikes game summary for the first quarter. Get away and play at Stars and Strikes in Raleigh, North Carolina, located on Capitol Boulevard. No passing yards for Athens Drive. They've rushed for 20. Green Hope ran for 31. And Green Hope has been penalized here. Third down and short. This is going to be a play where Young is able to get a big gain.
That was Tyrese Madry under center that time. So they went back to Madry. He had a keeper on the perimeter, so Coach Smith playing a little game here early of who's under center. Tyrese Madry with a great opportunity to get in this game under center and get a big chunk play for his team.
So that big gainer of 18 yards will bring up an Arthritis Knee and Pain Center's first down. Arthritis Knee pain relief without surgery or opioids.
So it's Athens Drive being able to show some change of pace here to this Green Hope defense. Just a little bit different tempo can disrupt the defense just like that.
Madry, the senior, all-conference running back a year ago. Last year he passed for 95 yards, completed 65% in limited work throwing, but came on late as the quarterback. He certainly looking comfortable in this offense. 148 yards rushing before that 18-yard carry, and before that there, which will bring up a first down, it appears. They're signaling first.
Yeah, he did a good job there, getting that one cut, getting sideways before he was able to get vertical, get up the field, put his head down, be able to churn out those yards. And again, for a defense, seeing a different quarterback, a different pace, a different style, it just can disrupt things just a little bit.
As they sort out what's going to happen here and bring the chains out, Madison with more on the new quarterback, Madry.
Well, guys, last season he actually started as a running back in this offense, kind of designed to cater to him. He took over towards the end of the season after not one but two quarterbacks went out to injury, and now he's running this. Coach Smith told us that this offense was implemented this season for guys like Madry. He said, we have to be able to give our guys a chance, and because Madry has that running back background, this offense perfect for his style of play, guys.
A lot of great things to say about his leadership this week and how he's even improved academically since being the quarterback. Didn't get the start tonight, but you know, Andrew, it's not how you started, it's how you finish. It's going to bring up 3rd and short here from the 34.
Yeah, and for an offense like this, you want fresh legs on the field, so you almost have to sometimes use two backs for a long season.
Madry keeps first down. 10th play of the drive.
You know, one factor we haven't talked about is the weather. You know, obviously tonight's a little bit hotter than these two teams have been dealing with over the last couple weeks. We know conditioning is going to be part of it. Coach Smith knows it's going to be a long game, so you got to get two quarterbacks involved, keep fresh legs, keep this defense off kilter. So far that move is working for Coach Smith.
Arthritis, knee and pain center's first down. That's going to bring up the ball being set at the 33. And they're going to go with Young in at running back.
Young with the carry.
Maybe a yard.
Yeah, Greenhope did a really good job up front. Being tough up top.
Volchek rather, was the tackler.
Donovan Holmes in there again. Watch him just muddy up that center. Gives his second line of defense, his linebackers, an opportunity to get in there and get the run to the ground. It's a good-looking player right there, Donovan Holmes.
6'3", 270 is the senior. Dive. Look at Madry in there trying to throw some blocks. You gotta love it.
The ball's come loose.
It has a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know, here's the other thing, Andrew, and you noted this when we talked the other day about this game. That's going to be a game coming up 3rd down and 3rd and 3. Check that. 7. That they've been penalized a lot in the first two games as Young comes out. No penalties so far in this one.
Don't jinx them. Yeah, I mean, looking back on film, I mean, that's early. I think we talked about it last week. As you get into the season, the first part of the season, it's discipline, it's jitters, it's responsibilities, it's learning a new offense. It's all those things that force players to jump off sides or approach or whatever it might be. So saw a lot of that last couple weeks on film.
Madry calls his number. Knocking on the door of the red zone. And he picks up a first. Stay tuned for the Affordable Dentures and Implants halftime report. We'll have this week's Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes, interviews, highlights, and more. Affordable Dentures and Implants. Save 15% on your dental treatment plan. Visit affordabledentures.com.
Athens drive doing a good job here, extending this drive out. I don't know exactly how many plays this drive is so far, but the longer that defense is on the field, the more they get worn down.
It's the 14th snap of this possession. And they changed quarterbacks mid-possession. Timeout taken by Athens drive. Jaguars beat them last year. In fact, Coach Smith is 2-0 against Greenhope. Great atmosphere here tonight. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Fresh set of downs here for Athens Drive. They burn their second timeout. Here's the pitch. It drops on the turf. It's going to be a loss back to the 29. Make it the 30. Loss of 7.
Yeah, Madry rushed this pitch. You want to stretch that play out a little bit more before you send that out. Gets under center here, and a little bit early of a pitch, a little bit flat of a pitch. You want to kind of get that more to the perimeter, give your runner a little bit more of a rounding effort to be able to grab it and get upfield.
How about Beasley blowing that up?
Yeah. Good job by Beasley getting up the field and forcing the early pitch.
2nd and 17 from the 39. Madry trying to turn the corner. Gets back a couple.
Greenhope doing a better job defensively on the perimeter here. Madry's trying to get that one cut. Really good open field tackling outside by Bear Volchek. Good effort. Tanner Seward also in that junior cornerback.
3rd and 14. I'll make it 3rd and 15 actually. Got a 14 on the board here. I'll go with our screen. 3rd and 15.
Yeah,
the ball at the 27.
That's the difficult part about the triple option. You get down in this area. You want to be able to take a pop, take a shot at the end zone. You just got to stay true to your offense.
Little trickery with Young, but sniffing it out is Hawk. What a play by the junior.
Yeah, he sniffed it out all the way. Houston Hawk just sat on the edge, was patient, didn't crash down on the play, did his assignment. His coaches are going to give him a positive grade on that play. Great effort.
Love the celebration, too, and the fired up nature. Houston Hawk.
They're handing out Falcons wings on those helmets. He'd get one for that play right there.
Absolutely.
Good effort.
4th down, 21. Madry looks over to the sideline. Did they get a timeout? They did.
4th and 20.
That's actually going to be a delay of game. Sorry.
Right. He's going to push it back. It's a tough spot to go for it. You have an opportunity to punch this down with a punt and try to force a long field for the offense. I think that's what they're going to do this go around.
After it is kicked, they're going to get the ball back about 4.5 minutes. So, I mean, effectively, they have burned 7.5 off of the second quarter clock. So Smith, who is a soccer goalie, on to punt. Seward is back. 10-yard effort, his first time. Over towards the sideline. It's going to take a bounce.
Got to roughen the kicker.
And we do. The flag comes flying in. Should have known if anybody was going to keep an eye on what was going on with the punter, it would be the All-American punter, former NFL punter, DeMatha star.
DeMatha, that's right. Hey,
Drew Bays.
I was a soccer goalie myself, so close to heart. The road he's come from. Greenhope going all in on a block punt there. Just a little late on it. Running into the kicker. Depends on the yardage here, what they're going to do. So it's going to replay 4th down. And they'll re-kick it.
Puts them back to the 34 where they were on that loss after Hawk made the tackle.
See if Smith can get this off and pin them deep.
Oh, it's nearly blocked off the side of his foot. Man, they were close. That almost looked like it was going to be a block.
Yeah, that snap that's coming back to him. It's coming back pretty slow. He's having to rush it. As you watch this, you'll see that kind of larger snap. Good effort by Greenhope, forcing a bad punt by Athens Drive.
Stay tuned for the Medical Minute, brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. So over on the Athens Drive, the students who have made the trek over, it's a patriotic night for them. It's a blackout for the Green Hope students.
Patrick, it's a great atmosphere out here tonight. Students are in full force.
Fired up. Throw, caught over the middle, and it's going to be a first down, and some more for Jack Sloan. Sloan to the 40. Sloan down the sideline. Sloan stopped at the 5.
Mitch Johnson, Coach Johnson had seen enough of that 17-play drive or wherever it was, and he was ready to open this offense up. Quick ball, quick in from Nick Goulet to Jack Sloan. Jack Sloan did the rest of the work. Almost punched it in.
62 yards on the catch and run. It brings up a first and goal as they take it inside to the reel it in the red zone with Saltwater Seafood and Fry Shack. From boat to bite, done right. First and goal. How about this? And that's going to be overshot out in the flats. Good pressure being put on up front. As Drive getting there, putting a little bit of heat in the face of Goulet. It was Shepard.
Yeah, Shepard did a really good job of getting penetration and getting to Goulet. As his receiver was running free there. A.J. Davis had an opportunity, a lot of field in front of him. Goulet gets another second or two. He's able to make that throw, and Green Hope's got a touchdown. So Jay-Sean Shepard with the tough work up front. Good job.
Goulet, 6 foot, 180. 5 touchdown passes last week against East Chapel Hill.
They have a timeout.
Yep. That'll be the second of the half for the Falcons. Coach Johnson fired up. They were 0-10 last year, and if you go through Mitch Johnson, 1 year at South Iredell, 1 year at Northwood prior to this in Pittsburgh, and it looked like he was going to get the South Brunswick job. There was a hiccup at the end of the process. He was late arriving to the Green Hope campus, so they really got no spring with the head coach here, and it really, he thought last year, was something that stymied their development. Obviously, they didn't win a game here last season, and so it kind of renewed a little fire in the belly. They have added some assistants to the staff. Bobby St. John, who was one time the Athens basketball coach, now the AD over here. Great high-energy guy. Mitch Johnson's high energy. Played football at Pinecrest High School and then at Guilford and at Eureka College. He kind of bounces around a little bit, but it seems like he's found a nice home. He says he and his wife have really taken to the area. They got their son Jace here tonight.
Creating a nice little environment here in the nest at Green Hope.
And that's going to be down at the 10 as the pressure was coming. Tell you what, they gave up the big play, but when they've gotten down to this part of the field, as that's Young on the tackle, Athens has done a nice job of kind of bowing their necks.
Yeah, they've done a good job. When the field shortens, you know, is when they really thrive. You know, coverage in open field, it's obviously an issue, have been an issue for them. But when they can just go mano a mano down near the goal line in the red zone, they have an opportunity to balance the playing field. They've done a nice job here, slowing down this offense.
Goulet off the hands of Davis. A flag comes in. I thought it was a good play by Bridges.
Yeah, I don't know whether Bridges hooked a hook around him on A.J. Davis. Let's see. I don't see it. I don't see a penalty there.
That's a
See it.
tough break.
The only thing I can think of is maybe when he made that break, he might have leaned into him just a little bit. Maybe not necessarily hands or hook, but kind of leaned into him, made some kind of comment or contact.
That is a really tough break.
That's a tough call. I don't like to criticize refs, but this type of game, that's a tough one.
Third and goal from the 5. This is half the distance, so Goulet out in the flats, and diving and scoring is Sloan. His 4th touchdown of the year. Jack Sloan, the junior. And that's going to be a Crossroads Ford touchdown. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more.
Yeah, you'll just see a simple route here. They'll just flex Sloan out, line him up inside, flex him out. Nobody went with him. Good play call there by Coach Johnson in the red zone.
So 3 plays, 72 yards. Boskin's been perfect this year on the kicks, and he stays that way. 15 of 15 now, 10-0. Falcons, after the prolonged drive by Athens, netted no points but burned a lot of time. A quick hit from Greenhope coming back.
Big Greenhope flexing their muscles a little bit offensively on that drive. Wanted to open up this game a little bit. Jack Sloan gave him that opportunity. Good play design by Coach Johnson. He's got a lot of weapons on this offense. We've seen it on film. A.J. Davis, Jack Sloan, Nash Clegg, Jack Traynor. A lot of weapons on offense in the wide receiver room.
They've had 9 different players score a touchdown this season.
Yep.
In the first 2 games.
Yeah, I know coming into the game, Nick Goulet, 73% completion percentage. Coach said he's tops of the state probably in completion percentage. I know he's been accurate tonight. So they really got something going offensively, Greenhope.
254 yards on average through the first 2 games on offense, over 400. They averaged 6 points a game last year.
It's quite a turnaround.
It's been pretty remarkable. All right, here is the Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us.
Kyle Richards dodged the bullet last kickoff, but this one kicked out of bounds and penalty flag went up. So Athens drive will get a little bit better field position on this one.
While they sort that out, stay tuned for the Affordable Dentures and Implants halftime report. We'll have this week's Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes, interviews, highlights, and more. Affordable Dentures and Implants. Save 15% on your dental treatment plan. Visit affordabledentures.com. So Athens from their own 35 with 2:22 to go. After they got a punt, capping a 16-play drive.
Jamari Tuck getting in the action.
Jamari Tuck with the carry.
Tyrese Matry still under center for this drive. Working with 2 minutes. Got to get down the field and get some points going at halftime. Set themselves up in the second half.
Greenhope will have the ball to start the second half.
Flag on the play.
You don't want to see this. This is where they've had an issue with the penalties, and that'll back them up to the 32.
Yeah, it's really hard for an offense like this to find rhythm when you're marching back 5 yards for false starts. Really got to hold your water, stay disciplined.
It's green level. They were down in that game. 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Had a 4th and 1, but could not convert. And then last week, thought they played really strong at times against Cary, but the Imps have really got it going on right now. We'll see them again in a couple of weeks here on FNR as the pickup of 8 brings up 3rd and somewhat manageable.
Getting on the ball a little bit quicker now.
The draw.
The draws and dives, unless you're converting on first downs, they're the ones that eat the clocks.
Tuck again from that left wing spot, and they're going to take the timeout with 1:11 to go. It was Green Hope who decided to burn it there. 4th and 1.
And the marching band, and we will honor
So that is up to the
our
44. Clearly, this is going to be set up for Athens to go for it.
100%. I mean, you know, it's tough both ways here. You obviously you have 1:11 left, so you need to get down the field. But if you don't convert here, you're giving Green Hope an opportunity with 1 minute left. The offense is clicking a little bit. You give Green Hope the opportunity to get some points. You know, you could punt this thing away, get in at halftime, make some adjustments, and prevent that from happening.
Two really good academic schools here. Green Hope has had that reputation. Athens, health and science magnet schools. So both of these programs with good academic performance. Here comes a flag.
Flag on the play.
Madison with more on Mitch Johnson.
Well, guys, he's in anticipation that his offense is going to get back on the field right now, and he's not letting up. He's telling them, we need to be fast. He told us earlier this week he's trying to run a fast twitch offense. And Patrick Johnson, you know I was ready to say this. He is emulating that after UCF Knights in the Scott Frost era, a team that I love talking about, a team of underdogs that were able to just work on their athleticism, explosiveness, and power and see success, and that's what he's trying to do with this Green Hope group.
Madison, a UCF grad. Nobody's perfect. Arthritis knee and pain center's first down. Arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioids. There's a pass. It's at the sticks. And their first throw of the game is going to bring up another first down.
That's great. Trayshawn Barlow with the reception over the middle. Easy little rollout. They aren't expecting to throw. You know, all of this was set up by a false start on that 4th and 1. That Athens drive was going to punt. And Green Hope jumped off sides, gave him a fresh set of downs. And here's Athens drive with an opportunity to get some points. So costly mistake, or it could be a costly mistake by Green Hope.
I don't know if they got enough for the first.
Gonna make an adjustment to the clock.
Yeah, they did.
Moving the chains.
There's some confusion over there, maybe where the ball was spotted. So another arthritis knee and pain center's first down.
So Patrick, now this offense is spread out. They're not under center. They're shotgun formation with trips wide. A single back.
Madrid completed 65% of his passes in the limited action as the quarterback late in the season last year. So he's capable. Sprints to his right. Downfield, and it will be intercepted, but was Guillory in bounds.
Yeah.
Yes, he was, and they've got the turnover belt out.
Yeah, Madry just kind of doing a little bit too much here. His receiver was double covered. I don't know if he was trying possibly to throw it away. Didn't get it out of bounds and kept the ball in play. Green Hope doing a good job there. Bridger Gilroy with his interception. And of course, he gets the turnover belt. Thing's pretty sweet.
That is. It's a good looking belt. So Green Hope from their own 11. You think they'll take a crack here?
Well, they can't be too greedy here.
Up already 2 scores, 10-0. They're going to throw. Now they're going to run. Now they're going to throw. And it's going to be intercepted at the 30.
They've got a penalty flag. Could be holding, which would
Trayshawn Barlow stepped in on the pick. If there's been one thing that Goulet has done this year that maybe has been a little troublesome, he did have 3 picks coming in, but they put it in the air a lot.
Yeah, this is one of those things where at the end of the half, you don't want to get too greedy. Pin back. There's no need for this. Ineligible man downfield. Ineligible man downfield. They're going to refuse that penalty.
It's going to be a pick.
It's going to be Athens drive. Ball going in with the opportunity to pick up points. I did not like that decision. It's a take a knee situation. One mistake there by Coach Johnson, trying to maybe get down the field and get some points. Got to try to burn the clock there. Now you give Athens drive this opportunity to punch in some points, give them some life going into halftime.
Well, they'll have it after the turnover. It's the reel it in red zone with Saltwater Seafood and Fry Shack for boat to bite done right.
There it is.
That'll be a touchdown on the pass. Crossroads Ford touchdown on the 18-yard hookup. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more.
Madry does a nice job there, setting up play action. Young just makes a great route up the seam. Nobody goes with him. Again, great job by Athens drive, making Green Hope pay for that time management mistake. A little more laundry.
There is a flag on the play.
Let's see what the penalty is. Encroachment. The kick was good. I wouldn't want to go for 2 here with that.
Looks like they might. I've seen a couple unconventional things here. Usually the rule of thumb is you don't want to take points off the board. However, Athens drive, seeing this opportunity to get a yard closer, be able to pick up a couple points here if they can convert, get within 2.
Coach Smith and his team trying to run the 2-point play here after another penalty on Green Hope. Madry. Hard count. He'll take it himself, get twisted around. Did he find his way in? He did. So that makes it 10-8. Madry with the touchdown pass, and then Madry with the
26 seconds left in the second quarter.
2-point run.
Madry, good job there, finding his blocker, Jamari Tuck, on the right wing. Just drives across the goal line. So what a turn here. You know, the game was 10-0. Green Hope could have closed out the half, been in with a 10-point lead, coming out with the football. Make a time management mistake, try to take a shot down the field, turn the ball over. Athens drive is alive, converting 8 points, and now they're in this ball game.
Last year, Athens beat them 43-14 at their place. 2 years ago, they won here 36-34.
I imagine that was about a 20 or 30 second drive. There's 26 seconds on the clock. So you try to move the ball, Patrick, or you going in at halftime?
You take a knee up 2, don't you?
Right now, you know, get out of this half. Take a knee, try to return this one.
The kick taken by an up man. Davis got popped from behind, but was not out of bounds.
Those refs really held the flag there. That was pretty close to being a late hit. The whistle had been blown.
Fans don't like it.
So they would need about 30 yards. So yeah, here he goes, the return. Davis gets up the field. You can't hear it, but the whistle is blown. And then Athens drive number 7 comes in. That was James Cochran.
Cochran's been a tackle machine for them. 16 stops through the first 2 games after 29 all of last year. And they're going to take a knee. That will wrap up the half. And Athens Drive takes advantage of the interception. They cash in with a touchdown. A penalty gives them a 2-point opportunity that they convert on. And all of a sudden here, the Jaguars are playing some really inspired football after a tough couple of first weeks. 10-8. They're down 2 at the half against a Green Hope team that coming in had not allowed any points and had been scoring over 50 a game, and right now they're in a battle with Tommy Smith's team.
Coach Johnson calling his team up for a meeting before they head to the locker room.
Come on up and claim it.
Talk about what just transpired.
So Madison will get with Mitch Johnson. Certainly not happy with what happened there at the end of the half. Madison.
I heard you just tell your team there's going to be highs and there's going to be lows. How do you coach them to come out with that 0-0 mentality you just asked them to do?
We pretty much got to tell them it's a whole new game, and we got to bring that energy back. We lost a little bit of momentum there at the end because I felt like we had the momentum shifting our way, and hats off to Athens Drive for scoring there at the end, but we got to get our guys regather, and we got to come back out fired up and continue to click.
Well, defense was able to stuff this triple option in that first half, but when it started to go through the air, that's when things happened for Athens Drive. How do you adjust defensively?
It's just going to be one of those things that we got to understand our cues and understand that they're making adjustments because they feel like we got the run game. Now they're going to try to pass, so we just got to make sure that our guys, take care of their coverages and take care of their keys.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
Back to you guys.
They had lost 11 in a row entering the season and 16 of 17. 2-0 for the first time since 2021. And they have played some inspired football. Not perfect tonight, with a lot of emotion. And Athens taking advantage of the turnover. Adri to Young. We've got a 10-8 game at the break.
You're watching the Affordable Dentures and Implants Halftime Report. Save 15% on most dental treatment plans, $1,000 and more at Affordable Dentures and Implants. Visit affordabledentures.com.
And now it's time for the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes of the Week. Presenting the awards for Tatum and Atkinson is Season Atkinson.
Tatum and Atkinson is proud to present the Friday Night Rivals Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week from Athens Drive High School. The Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Cornelius Wilson Jr. Cornelius is a football and track and field letter winner, a member of National Honor Society, and carries a 3.8 GPA. Cornelius is a member of NCHSAA Student Athlete Advisory Council and serves his community through clothing drives and fundraisers battling cancer. From Green Hope High School, the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Carter Emanuelson. Carter is basketball team captain, basketball all-conference, a soccer team letter winner, and carries a 4.4 GPA. Carter is a DECA state finalist, a unified track coach, a member of PTSA, served as a page in the NC General Assembly, and is a graduate of Shelton Leadership Challenge.
Congratulations to our Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week.
This All-Star is now entered for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Tatum and Atkinson. Injured in a wreck? Call the heavy hitters.
Once again, congratulations to our Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes of the Week. And now I am joined with Allie Cleveland, the principal of Green Hope High School. We talked about it earlier, the growth of this student body and this fan base. How much has this program grown in the last 2 years?
Well, honestly, we started to rebuild our program. When we hired Coach Johnson, we told him it's ground up. And we didn't win any games last year, but we started out 2-0. And the entire student body can feel the difference. The football players are leaders in the classroom, in the hallways, and they're fully supported. by the other students, and we're really excited for the program and where it's going.
And you even mentioned they were just cheering for your band. What does that say about this student body?
I think one of the great things about athletics and arts is that it brings people together. It brings the students together. So yeah, we have a huge student section here that are all in their theme. They're cheering for the dance team, they're cheering for the marching band, and of course they're cheering for the football team. It's fun to see them connect.
And you said it earlier, you even had to expand the student section for this game because of the recent success. How important is it to have this environment just displayed on Friday Night Rivals this week?
I think it's awesome. I'm really excited that this is the game that y'all chose to come to. It's our first home game, started 2-0, and we're off to a great start at the school. So it's a really fun way to celebrate.
Awesome. Thank you once again to Allie Cleveland, the principal of Green Hope High School. We'll be back with more of your halftime report right after this.
You're watching the Affordable Dentures and Implants Halftime Report. Save 15% on most dental treatment plans, $1,000 and more, at Affordable Dentures and Implants. Visit affordabledentures.com.
Welcome back to the Halftime Report, and I am joined by the athletic directors for Athens Drive, Travis Cease. How important is Friday Night Lights for your community?
Friday Night Lights is huge. You know, it's a chance for the school to get together and come support the team. You know, it's so much more than football. It's a social outing for all the kids at school. Come support some kids I see in the hall every day, and just a way for everybody to get together behind the team for the school.
And this is not the first time you guys have been part of Friday Night Rivals. What does it mean to be part of this event this week?
It's awesome being part of Friday Night Rivals. You know, the kids don't always get a chance to play on TV, and, you know, for them to get the opportunity to play tonight, and, you know, some family members that might not be close can watch them on TV, and then for them to go home and watch the replays, which I guarantee you they do, is an incredible opportunity for them.
And what a great final drive by your Jaguars just then. Hopefully they can keep that momentum going. But thank you so much for being here with us tonight. We will be back with more of your halftime report right after this.
You're watching the Affordable Dentures and Implants Halftime Report. Save 15% on most dental treatment plans, $1,000 and more, at Affordable Dentures and Implants. Visit affordabledentures.com.
Patrick Johnson, Andrew Bays, Madison Little hosting halftime for us. But let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. In a 10-8 game, the Jaguars controlling the time of possession. And Green Hope had a touchdown called back, but they got on the board early.
Yeah, nice little field goal there. Punch it through by Green Hope.
And then here comes that vaunted triple option. They made the change at quarterback, Madry, and he did a really great job engineering this offense for them in the second quarter.
Yeah, Madry really showing his elusiveness to get out here. Here, Green Hope with a big stop to stymie the drive, force a long fourth down. Of course, Green Hope working back down the field. The big completion here to number 4, Sloan. Took it all the way down to the 5-yard line, giving this offense some life after that long Athens drive.
And a great pass, and it is Sloan cashing it in with the dive.
Yeah, nice easy route there. Nice pitch and catch. And Athens Drive coming back. Madry to number 3. Young with the great reception to get Athens Drive on the board and make Green Hope pay for that time management mistake late with under a minute left. They chose to kind of give it up, go for it, and turn the ball over Athens Drive to make this a 10-8 game.
Our game summary, the Stars and Strikes game summary for the first half. Get away and play at Stars and Strikes in Raleigh, NC, located on Capitol Boulevard. 110 total offensive yards, but that ground game really got going for AD.
Yeah, absolutely. Athens Drive, you know, they're pushing, trying to move that big defensive tackle for Green Hope. They're able to accumulate 63 rushing yards and finally putting the ball in the air late in that first half. You know, the passing game opened up their offense, which provided a big score for them. So you look at the total yardage, and it's almost evened up with Green Hope with 110 total yards, and Athens Drive on the positive side, they're late in the first half, getting up to 92 total yards.
And now some Friday Night Rivals highlights for you from around the country.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
And here comes Khalil Taylor. Welcome to the Rams, Mr. Khalil. He can fly. There goes Khalil Taylor without his team. Here goes Khalil! Across midfield, the kicker to beat, Khalil Taylor. Welcome to Park Richland, young man. Anything you can do, I can do better. DZ.
Trying to find somebody. Good coverage there. Here comes Agent Zero with a big hit. Wow! Justin Hartley came in and laid down the leather old school style.
Facing some pressure. Lawrence with the catch and the moves. Gets past midfield and more. Another move. 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Starting the fourth quarter. Bradley going long. Trying for a home run hit. And does he make the catch? Yes, he does. Great catch by Keto Rego into the red zone. And that's how you ignite a crowd to start the fourth quarter.
From 59 yards, hold is good. Kicks on the way, and he drilled it! With room to spare, Tommy Baccaro extends the throw with
I'm joined with the head coach for Athens Drive, Tommy Smith. We saw your offense get going at the hands of Tyrese Madry late in that second quarter. What more do you need from him in this second half?
Just play clean, do what our coaches and Coach Boster has taught him what to do. Let the game come to him. As long as he let the game come to him, we'll be fine.
And you're wearing the word grit across your t-shirt. I know that's been a theme for you guys so far this season. How do you channel that grit in the second half?
Well, that's what it's all about. We got to grind it out this second half, make sure we're doing a good job again, playing clean, but physical, tough, solid football.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to Patrick.
All right, Madison, thank you. Great job there. Tommy Smith, his wife, finishing up a fellowship at Duke in orthopedic surgeon. How about that? He's from Atlanta. Done a fantastic job with this program. They practice in their old stadium. They have the new stadium. We were there a couple of years ago. And that is a pretty good walk from the school in the locker room, but every day the coaches walk that with the players. It gives them a chance to interact to and from practice. So he's introduced a lot of those things, and they're playing with a lot of togetherness tonight.
Well, that's what high school football is all about. You know, it's not just about playing the game on Friday nights, even though that's a big part of it. It's about helping young men, you know, grow in life, and there's a lot of lessons to learn in high school football. You know, things start up in June, and you're out there in the heat, kind of learning what discipline's all about. And Coach Smith here is embracing that leadership role with these young men, and that tradition that he has, that walk with them, that's a special moment for them to get to know their players and be able to talk things out, you know, things that are going on off the football field. And it's good to see Coach Smith, you know, committing that to the players, these young men.
He's 2-0 against Green Hope, down 2 at the half. How big in your mind will that turn? I mean, obviously it's a 2-point game, but the turnover, and then it's compounded by the offsides on the kick. Even though the kick was good, they decided to go for 2. So this really has changed the complexion of this game quite a bit.
No, 100%. I think Green Hope just got really caught. Coach and staff got caught up in some emotion where they thought they had some momentum late there in that first half, and they wanted to get greedy and go get some points, which you can't fault. But what it does is it opens up the doors and it wakes up an Athens Drive team that you otherwise could have gone into halftime and had them down by 10. So, you know, Coach Johnson's got a challenge here. Obviously, he's got to rally his team after that emotional first half, and they obviously get the ball back here, be able to stamp this offense and get things moving.
0-10 a year ago. The kick comes down short. It'll be picked up at the 20. Davis with the return. Davis to the 25, 30 and out of bounds there. The kick for Legacy Construction and Roofing. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us.
A.J. Davis doing a good job there, corralling that loose ball on a short kick and getting some extra yardage on that return as he worked alongside of the field. So here's Nick Goulet coming on the first series of the second half. Will he kind of shake that interception off, get this offense moving?
Goulet with 4 picks on the year, had 8 of them last year at South Lake Academy. Pressure, Young, and Young gets to him for a sack. Cameron Young is everywhere tonight.
Cameron Young coming off the edge on that one. Goulet had nowhere to go. He wanted to go to that side of the field. He got stuck. The offensive line didn't do him any favors there on the whiff on Young. Kudos to Young and Athens Drive, getting him on the ground for a sack.
Loss of 5. So the Jags trying to spoil this home opener for a confident Green Hope team. There's a reception. Davis picks up some extra yard. Here comes a flag after he was dropped out of bounds. Andre Smith, one of the tacklers.
Yeah, Smith just didn't let up on the sideline on that one.
Also, the senior Shum-Tube.
Cost him 15 yards. A.J. Davis, you know, what a talent he is.
So they got to the 41. That was a gain of 16 on the pass, and then you add the 15 yards to it. It's going to be a 31-yard play, and they get into Athens territory.
Yeah, that's not what you want. As far as penalties go, Green Hope is the one with the most penalties in the first half, having 6, but Athens Drive, that's just a mental mistake right there. You don't want to give them 15 yards. Now they're potentially knocking at the door.
A couple of receivers stacked after that first down for Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com. Here he is again. It's Sloan. Sloan with a nice move. Sloan still running. Sloan inside the 10. Another big gainer for Sloan from the 44-yard line. Takes it all the way down inside the 10.
So that was a slot screen that was very similar to the touchdown he scored in the first half. Nobody went with him. They did a good job finding him, putting air on it over the defensive end that had outstretched arms. It's a really good job converting that.
So that will be a red zone trip here. It's the Reel It In Red Zone with saltwater seafood and fry shack. From boat to bite, done right. Ball at the 9, 35 yards on the pickup. First and goal. And a run by the senior, Adrius Beasley. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in their opener at Ravenscroft that they won 52-0. They beat East Chapel Hill on the road 49-zip last week. And the tackle made by James Cochran. He's a tackle machine for these Jaguars.
Yeah, he's quite an athlete too. I saw him do a backflip as they were heading to the locker room for second half.
Well, that's some enthusiasm, isn't it?
Oh yeah, crazy athlete. Darius Beasley, senior running back. He hasn't been super active in the backfield as Green Hope's been active with their passing attack tonight, but he is a threat.
So they picked up 2. Three pass catchers on the right side. Jet sweep with Davis. Athens sniffed it out. Loss of 3.
Davis paid the price there as he tried to stretch that out. He lost some ground, and as he worked his way upfield, Athens Drive did a really good job getting him to the ground. Number 8, Nyshawn Swinson. Big hit there.
Young again blew it up. Yeah, it also was in on the stop.
Hey, he's been active both sides of the ball.
And Swinson, who made the principal tackle. One of the seniors for the Jaguars. Coach Smith calls this defense. Giving up over 200 yards on the ground a year ago. Gary had 195 against them on the ground last week. Screen, and that will be incomplete. Here comes a marker, however. I'm going to say that Goulet was maybe taken down to the turf, yeah.
Trayvon Sturtevant.
It seems like another kind of tough break.
It looked like Sturtevant had great pressure up the middle. It really rushed that pass. That pass was going to be incomplete. Would have been Tyree Hester, number 56.
All right, let's go to Madison.
Roughing the passer is the call against the Jaguars.
He is still with them right now with that left shoulder, Kyle Richards, and they are checking him out. I'll keep you updated on what I find out.
All right, Richards tending to him. Richards handles their kicks. He was also a backup offensive lineman for them. So first and goal from the 5 after the penalty.
Yeah, that was a tough penalty going back. Did a good job.
No, it's going to be 3rd and goal. My mistake.
Yeah, 3rd and goal.
So it is from the 5.
Green Hope.
He signaled first, so it is going to be a fresh set of downs.
Okay. Yeah.
And let's look at it.
Okay, so this is Hester. So he's getting that penetration, that ball. He doesn't know it, but that ball is going to be incomplete regardless. And he just buried his head in the back of Goulet. That's what drew the flag.
So a fresh set of downs from the 5. Opening drive of the second half for the 2-0 Falcons. Beersley. Bunch of hard hats were there for the Jaguars. Nice job to get to him. And it will be 2nd and goal.
Just going to the big hit right here. Good job by Athens Drive. 44. Great job holding them up.
So Tyree Hester in there.
Yeah, there he is, number 44. Showing tube. Thomas, the senior middle linebacker. That's a big opportunity here from Athens Drive.
Got a yard, though.
He did.
2nd and goal
tough yard.
Before it was a tough yard. Hard earned.
Timeout.
And the Jags, you see Coach Smith run into your screen there. They call a timeout. 2nd and goal when we come back. 7.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Riddle and Riddle, Friday Night Rivals, presented by the University of North Carolina. Time now for the Affordable Dentures Smile Cam. Save 15% on most dental treatment plans, $1,000 and more at Affordable Dentures and Implants. Students happy and fired up tonight. The hard hat crew there.
Full force. I'm impressed with the student sections. High school's last couple weeks.
Fans having a good time here. Good game.
Yeah, great game.
2nd and goal from the 4 after the penalty, which was roughing Goulet. He'll roll to his right. Darts it into the end zone. Was it caught? Yes, it was. What a grab in traffic. A.J. Davis, and that is a Crossroads Ford touchdown. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more.
A.J. Davis running the post route here. He had Jamari Bridges all over him, and the two are fighting for the ball. A.J. Davis just is a bit stronger in the end zone and rips it free to retain it. Athens Drive to get 6. What a drive for them to start the second half.
Took them 8 plays as they go 70 yards. Beautiful kick. And that makes it 17-8.
A little laundry on the field.
Let's see what this is about. Looks like the kick is going to stand. This might be something, yep. That'll be applied to the kickoff.
Yep. Roughing the kicker. Another one.
So Coach Smith, who was recruited by Colorado as a tight end, did not want to play offense, wanted to play defense, sent his film to a grad assistant at Boise. And he wound up going out there. His offense has to come out now down 9.
Yeah, I mean, Green Hope answered coming out in the second half. They had the challenge of reeling from kind of some miscues at the end of the first half, allow Athens Drive back in the game. There was no doubt about that. That was like clockwork for Coach Johnson and his offense. Good play calling, drive his field down and pick up the 7. So Athens Drive is going to have to answer.
Well, Mitch Johnson, boundless energy, needs it with a newborn or a young child. And what a job he has done here at Green Hope after they were winless last year. His dad, a retired Delta Force soldier. Pretty cool.
It is cool. You can hear in the interview that we had with him earlier in the week, you know, discipline obviously is a big part of his life, and now that he's able to run a program like Green Hope, he's able to instill some of those principles that he grew up with, and discipline is a big part of it for sure.
All right, a kicking update. Here's Madison.
Well, yeah, guys, Kyle Richards is out on the sidelines. His pads are off. He has ice on his left shoulder, and his family has joined him on the sidelines. So although the Green Hope team is ecstatic right now, they will have to move forward without their punter.
So the Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff into the end zone after the penalty yardage was assessed. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us. All right, during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll select the Central Carolina Chevy Dealers player of the game. Visit your Central Carolina Chevy dealer today. So handling the kicking duties in lieu of Richards was Boskin, and he gets a touchback.
Yeah, Patrick, that's tough looking down on the sideline, seeing Kyle Richards with his parents.
Yeah, your heart breaks for him, really
iced
does.
up shoulder, and it does break.
From the 20.
Tyrese Madry, number 2, is the keeper.
And Madry again did not get the start here tonight. That's a really solid gain of 5. They can replicate that on first down with this offense. It becomes so much more difficult.
Yeah, Madry has shown a spark on those keepers, especially between the tackles. He's shown the ability to break a tackle or two, as opposed to Cameron Young, what he was doing earlier in the early possessions.
Dive, and Young, rather Tuck, able to get a first.
Jamari Tuck, number 6.
So Jamari Tuck moves the chains out to the 35, a gain of 10.
What you see with this wishbone, you have 3 different runners in the backfield, and all 3 offer different speed and agility. So it really, if you can get it clicking, can really throw off a defense.
First down for Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com. Madry looking for the corner. Nicely done. That's a big gain on the first. And if you're able to do that on first down, it makes this offense so much more difficult to stop.
Yeah, and this is where conditioning, you know, in a hot evening and a game where the temperatures started at the higher rate of what they've been over the last couple weeks, this is where you see conditioning and a wishbone offense. This is why defensive coaches dread it, because it can start to wear down a defense, especially on these longer drives. So
Athens Drive starting to flex their muscle a little bit.
Jags with their first possession of the second half. Madry churning the legs. Third and short upcoming.
Just continue to move forward. We've seen this offense with Army and Navy most recently. They still run this offense today. You want to see a team execute at a high level. Turn on Army and watch them run this offense.
Joe Kilby, Mark Yeomans, Kilby the offensive line coach, Yeomans the tight end coach. They have some familiarity with it, as does the offensive coordinator, Brian Bolsters, we told you. And that'll be Madry going for a first.
First down for Athens Drive.
Up to the 47. Right now, they're more than on schedule.
Yeah, Madry doing a good job managing this offense, being a key featured part of it right now.
And on the stop.
So what they want to do is they want to work the middle of this defensive line, stress them, so they can get that pitch going on the perimeter.
Operating from the 47 after the Air Experts first down. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today online, airexperts.com. Here comes a flag. This has been the bugaboo this season.
It's been the bugaboo for the prior, 2 weeks. They've been doing a much better job tonight than the film showed over the last 2 weeks. So, they're making progress as far as for Coach Smith and this offense. It's a process. It's a long season. But that one hurt for sure as they get behind the sticks.
Back to the 42. First and 15. Madry finds a hole. And he will fight for extra yardage and wind up in Greenhope territory.
What an effort there. You think Greenhope was thinking they had him at the line of scrimmage. He turns upfield, a couple missed tackles, and he just carries the Greenhope defenders up the field to get all that yardage back to now have a more manageable second down.
Picks up 10.
Great effort.
That was just heart. Madry gives it on the dive. Tuck picks up a couple. Staying to the 46.
They're just staying with the inside dives, inside options. Maury Tuck limping a little bit.
Big third down right here.
It'll be interesting to see as they go if they can continue to get this offense clicking. If they measure in some play action. Take a shot.
Tuck is hobbling. Madry ran into him. Found a crease. Has the first.
Great effort.
Picked up 5 to the 41. Moves the chains, and it'll be an Air Experts first down. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today. airexperts.com.
Madry was going off tackle the whole time. He got behind Jamari Tuck. Didn't get a great block, but he did get in front. Greenhope defender. The rest of it was just Madry picking up the first.
Jacob Brown wrestled him down. Here comes Madry. Stopped by Hawk, but another good game. Madry bouncing around out there. It's going to be a pickup of about 3. Gets it to about the 43 and a half.
Yeah, Houston Hawk.
I'll check that, the 38 and a half.
Houston Hawk with a really good effort there, getting Madry to the ground. He does not make that tackle. That is a significant chunk play for Athens Drive.
There's a gain of 3. Young up the belly. Close to a first. We're getting into a territory with the clock. This offense, both teams have had just one possession. It's triple option clicking right now, but if you're Athens, you've got to score 6 here.
Yeah, you want to continue this positive momentum that you have. I had an old ball coach in college that You start getting up here in snap count in a drive, start getting nervous on turnovers. So at some point, you want to be able to get it in the end zone.
11th play of the drive. Madry again. Boy, this has been a clinic this drive has in this option. Down to the 29 as he rips off 5. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Green Hope.
I got to tell you, those boys up front for Athens Drive, they're doing a heck of a job up front.
All right, we will come back. We got 52.8 to go. Or they're not going to call the timeout. Officials signaled they were.
Clock's moving.
The clock is going now. 1st and 10 with 45 seconds to go.
Athens Drive and no rush here.
35 seconds. Madry motions Bridges.
Look, they're going to take these 3-4 yard gains. They're going to keep rolling.
Young to the 27. 2nd and 8. Will they get a snap off? They run to the line. Madry. They got it off. Keeps it. Madry. Busted it outside. Madry has the end zone in his sights. At the buzzer. That is a Crossroads Ford touchdown for Tyrese Madry. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more.
Tyrese Madry showing his athleticism. He is not to be overmatched by the Green Hope Falcons. He gets this ball, and it's great effort by that left side of that line. And the rest was all speed and effort by Madry. Gets 6. Great effort.
Ben Smith, 2 of 3 on kicks this year. Did that eke over? It did.
Wow.
80 yards on 13 plays. And then the 27-yard scamper from the senior QB to make it a 2-point game after 3. Well, the blackout here tonight. And we've got our school bus stop of the game coming your way. So stay tuned for that later on in the 4th quarter. We'll have that for you. And out to our winner will be for our school bus stop of the game. Looking forward to that.
Athens Drive really doing a good job on that last series. Really kind of penetrating deep into that Green Hope defense. They're really having a hard time stopping that run at this point, especially up the gut. What that does is open up opportunities on the perimeter, which Tyrese Madry took advantage of on that big touchdown run. Athens Drive defense is going to have to do something here because Green Hope went down the field fairly easily on their last possession.
Running reception after the kickoff for Legacy Construction and Roofing. Davis, who's had a big night. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us. You know, I got a game summary for you here. Let's check it out. It's our Stars and Strikes game summary. Through 3 quarters, get away and play at Stars and Strikes in Raleigh, NC, located at Capitol Boulevard.
Yeah, so Athens Drive really picking up the rushing attack. They finished first half with 90 yards rushing. They've gotten that number up to 143. Obviously, Green Hope with a great last drive, getting their passing attack up to 125 yards.
Here's Green Hope, so explosive. And that will go to Davis for the first.
Goulet finding Davis on a wide receiver screen to the outside. Davis has really come on.
He gets 15.
Yeah, as this game has worn on, you know, you see the athletes that separate on this field, and Davis has really become somebody that Green Hope is relying on as this game winds on.
That's an Arthritis Knee and Pain Center's first down. Arthritis Knee Pain Relief without Surgery or opioids. Pass too tall, intercepted. Picked off at the 38. Down the sideline with the pick, Jamari Bridges. He had an interception last year, and he gets a pick six. He takes it 62 yards, and Athens Drive has captured the lead.
Wow. Jamari Bridges, what an effort. Goulet drops back. He looks to his receiver, and he overthrows him just a tad. Jamari Bridges said, "Thank you, Mr. Goulet." Takes it to the house for Athens Drive. 6 points.
The Nest has fallen silent. Second interception for Goulet. And this one puts the Jags ahead 4. They're going to kick it here. And that will miss. So it's a 4-point game, a little scoregami here, if you will, 21-17.
Yeah, what an effort. Just an ill-advised throw, just a little bit. Jamari Bridges showing he's got something extra. Punch that baby in the end zone. Give Athens Drive the lead in this one.
Well, the job that Tommy Smith has done tonight, I don't know if you guys picked it up this week, but it seemed like Coach Smith really was looking at this week as to kind of recalibrate their season after the 0-2 start.
Yeah, without question. You know, I took away from that conversation that it's this has been a process. He's been very patient with this team, with this offense, getting it established, knowing it was a Herculean effort to introduce the triple option and kind of get it going. But his whole team has responded. Defensively, offensively, they've got belief in this one.
Davis trying to pick his way through it. He gets a good return. Takes it out to the 44 after that Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us.
A.J. Davis has a lot of touches on the ball tonight. Special teams and as an offensive weapon, he's really been a featured player for this Green Hope team. Outstanding talent.
So they'll go from their own 44. They got the first down on a pass to Davis, and then on the next play, the pick six that went 62 yards. Jet sweep. Nice tackle in the backfield. Excellent work there by Nyson Swinson as he got to Catalog.
Yeah, Nyson Swinson on the edge. He almost got held up. He did a great job once he shed the blockers to shoot the gap. Get Catella down to the ground. Really good effort.
Catilla back. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Student section standing, but some nervous moments here. Complete out in the flats, and some nifty work after the catch. Yacked there by Jack Trainer, and he gets them into Athens territory.
Goulet has been really effective tonight when he can get rid of the ball fairly quickly to these short and intermediate routes. He was able to hit a good chunk play, set up a 3rd and short.
They have it at the Athens 47. 4 receivers bunched, 5 receivers set, receiver screen, Davis. Davis darts down the sideline, pushed out of bounds on this near side, as it will be C.J. Wilson. Escorting him out, but not before he picks up the first of the 39.
C.J. Wilson showing good discipline right there. Could have dragged Davis out of bounds a little bit more, causing a penalty. So good discipline there by Athens Drive, despite first down.
Arthritis Knee and Pain Center's first down. Arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioids. Another receiver screen. Trainer this time, and he shoves the defender off.
Green Hope's found a little rhythm on this screen play to Trainer. It's the second time they've been able to hit chunk plays.
To pick up a 9. Going to bring up 2nd and 1. It's a 4-point game here. Athens with the pick 6 to go ahead after they got a snap off at the end of the 3rd. And they ran a play with Madry taking it 27. That kept a 13-play drive that went 80 yards.
Nash Clegg here from the slot, running just a quick hitch. Goulet and this Green Hope offense is clicking now on the short game. Relying on that short intermediate passing game. They've been accurate so far for the first 2 weeks. Here they're showing they can be productive this 3rd week.
Nice job in the backfield to chase the runner down. Ja'Shawn Shepard tripped him up.
Catilla just can't get going in the backfield. Shepard did a really good job. Getting good penetration. Nipping those ankles and getting them down. Good effort.
Lost a yard.
James Cochran also in the backfield.
Guys up front have played really hard tonight.
There's a big man, Ja'Shawn Shepard. Been good tonight. Been active.
Junior had 6 tackles coming into play. Davis, top of your screen. Coming back the other way, Sloan.
Jack Sloan on the reception.
And that is going to be Jack Sloan. Down to the 21.
They like that slot screen out of that formation with Jack Sloan. Kind of delay it, stretch him out.
Brings up 3rd and about 5.
Able to pick up a good chunk.
Got a nice block from Clegg out on the perimeter.
So as night has gone on, this is kind of, we've talked about at times on possessions, this is where Athens Drive has been able to flex up a little bit. And be able to stifle Green Hope offense. They're hoping to be able to do this again as they're holding on to this lead.
Sloan motions to the wide side. For the end zone, caught! Touchdown! Nash Clegg. Give him 6. It's a Crossroads Ford touchdown. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more.
Goulet with a great effort right there. As we'll see from shotgun formation, he's looking it all the way. No one went with Nash Clegg, the senior. He knew he was on him, stayed on him, stuck the ball on him. We'll pick up 6. That was a big drive for Green Hope.
It's a big extra point. So now, 24-21. And how about Goulet coming back after the pick 6 to throw a touchdown?
Yeah, that was a really good drive by Green Hope. They had to execute under pressure the first time, giving up the lead in the game. And so many offensive threats we've talked about. But that drive really relied on Jack Trainer and Nash Clegg, along with Jack Sloan, to really convert on that possession. So good job for Green Hope. It's going to be interesting to see how Athens Drive. We got 7:56 left in this ball game. You know, they tend to eat up clock. It'll be interesting to see if they can sustain a long drive and maybe steal this game from Green Hope on the road.
3 touchdown passes tonight for Goulet. They had a 16-yard drive, 16-play drive earlier that resulted in a punt in the first half. The scoring drive, as Josh told us on the stats, 13 plays, 80 yards.
Yeah, that's great. Both teams, both offensive teams this second half have been executing at a high level. It's been fun to watch.
This is going to be only the second offensive possession of the half for Athens Drive. Here comes the Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us. Trickles back, picked up at the 10. And a returnable ball out to the 31-yard line. So that's about a 11, 12-yard difference with the kicker being hurt.
Yeah, that's where we talked about kickoff specialist being able to put it in the end zone every time is a big threat. Green Hope is forced to squib kick it. They're giving up that yardage. Athens Drive was a little bit shorter of the field. And had Richard been in the game, be able to give him a touchback. It's a game of inches sometimes.
From the 31, Madry got to the 32 before he was stopped.
So we've seen on the last few possessions with Athens Drive, they've been able to open up the run game. The pressure's now on Green Hope to shut this down and preserve this lead into the fourth quarter.
Green Hope 2-0. They're looking for their first 3-0 beginning since 2014. Not much that time. The defense and Cody Hutchins, the junior, fired up.
No gain on that play.
Green Hope buzzing now. They've got momentum. That offense gave them a boost. You see here Cody Hutchins. Nobody touched him. He got in the backfield and he's very disruptive. Getting the ball carried to the ground, forcing this long third down. It's a big down for Athens Drive here.
First time they've had back-to-back shutouts since 2004 in week 1 and week 2. Here they've allowed 21 tonight. One of them on a pick 6. No gain. The defense summoned the energy. And now it is going to be fourth down, and Athens is going to have to punt.
Bear Volchek was the one. It's a team effort. Obviously, Bridger Gilroy in there as well, but Bear Volchek doing the dirty work, getting in the backfield. Green Hope defense has got a lot more new life, trying to close this game out.
Another punt that was nearly blocked. Much better effort on the kick as it comes down at the 32. That's going to be a 34-yard punt. Here comes a flag. And let's see what this marker is all about. In the meantime, while they sort it out, let's check in with Madison Little.
Earlier with Coach about the highs and the lows, and the energy on this sideline is at an all-time high. Coach Mitch Johnson hyping up his guys, and his guys in turn hyping up the crowd behind him. And I said it earlier, but Green Hope had to expand their student section ahead of this season in anticipation of this much of a student turnout. And the principal, Allie Cleveland, just told me, she said last year our student section would have been empty by now. Green Hope has really turned things around, and they know that they need as much energy from the crowd as they can get if they want to pull off this win.
That's a great point. 5:41. This is a big penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be a block in the back. Oh, hold.
Going to be declined. There is the block in the back penalty. So a couple of markers on that transaction.
Let's see, yeah, right there, he gave him a push. There's one. Gave him a push right there. He actually gave him 2 pushes. And that's where that penalty was. There's the penalty. Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, there it is, top of the screen, crack back through.
Yep.
So this will move them back to the 23.
So Madison talked about energy, and the sideline being amped up. That caused some of that turnover late in the first half. Sometimes you've got to control that energy. We'll see if Green Hope can channel it and run a controlled offense here to close this one out. They've got 5 minutes. See if they can burn this clock, pick up some first downs, and get out of here with a win.
Reverse it around with Trainer. Looking for room. Trainer near the sticks. Excellent play call.
Yep, great play call there. Calling the end around on the Trainer. Trainer doing a good job of ball protection. Obviously, Athens Drive is going to get chippy and try to punch the ball. Good effort there. Called it a first down.
Yeah. Picked up 11.
So Jack Trainer.
10 to the 33.
Yeah, Jack Trainer much more involved in this second half. Been very productive.
Well, I was going to say before the snap and the arthritis knee and pain center's first down that you got to hope 3 and out here if you're Athens Drive. Handoff and the run by Beasley. Adrius Beasley.
Hassan Swinson on the tackle. And Green Hope's in no rush here. They're going to burn this clock out as much as they can.
2nd and 6 for the Falcons.
What point does Athens Drive want to start using some of their timeouts? Still a little early.
Got 2 remaining.
Big stop there.
Shy of the 40.
Swinson again up front.
39 is where Beasley was stopped.
So they forced a third, somewhat long here. I don't think this is going to be 2-down territory for Green Hope. They are going to burn this clock out.
3:33 to go in the game. Big 3rd and 4 upcoming. And we're going to have a timeout. Athens burns one here. Leaves them with 1. 3-point game. Green Hope hanging on in a big 3rd down when we come back. Alongside Andrew Bays, Patrick Johnson, Madison Little on our sidelines. FNR will take a break next week, and we will have, in a couple of weeks, on September 19th, East Wake taking on Cary.
Patrick, this is a pretty big play, all things considered. It's almost a play of the game. When you look at it perspective, Green Hope they can get a first down here, they can begin to really burn this clock out. And for Athens Drive, if they get a stop here, they're able to get the ball back more than likely with the Green Hope punt and be able to have an opportunity to steal this game.
Green Hope with 44 yards rushing tonight, over 200 passing. AD with 145 on the ground and 29 through the air. Here comes a penalty.
Yeah, Jack Trainer down here near side, number 14. He's had a great second half. He just kind of lost his way there. False start and just a tough one there. So you're 3rd and 4, and now you're 3rd and 8. We talked about how important this down is. Really, momentum sways to Athens Drive to really want to get this ball back.
They'll have to hurry. They do have plenty of time. Got to stop them here, though. Here comes another flag in.
Penalty.
Flag on the play.
Maybe.
Yeah. Back to the 29.
So we talked about that energy coming off that clip with Madison earlier. You've got to stay focused. Can't lose your head. You have an opportunity to close this game out. You're heading the wrong direction. Athens Drive really catching some breaks here.
9 penalties tonight for Green Hope. Third down, 14. Goulet fires it to the sideline. Boy, that was a dangerous throw. Out to the 32. That was seemingly in the air forever.
Oh my goodness. That was a very dangerous throw. Very similar to the one he threw in the first half. Just kind of threw it up. Didn't need to do that. Just throw the ball away. You know what I mean? You're not going to pick up the first down. Just throw the ball away. Do away the risk. Punt it on fourth down.
Barlow met Sloan. So at the 32, the Jags have burnt their final timeout.
Yeah. So barring any kind of trick play here on fourth down, Green Hope, Athens Drive gets the ball back. It's about 3 minutes to go. No timeouts. They're just going to have to pick up first downs. They got plenty of time to work their way down the field.
And here's another note to this game. Sahir Sohai is their punter. He has not punted this year in a game.
Wow.
So he'll have to make his first punt up 3 in the fourth quarter.
Look, from experience, as first-time punter in a big game like this, you worry about catching the ball from a long snapper. You worry about a long snapper snapping it over your head. You have all these thoughts. You want to execute for your team, but you still got to first catch the ball and deliver it down the field. So it's not a given. An Athens Drive is certainly, if they have a pump block in their arsenal, you're going to see something here, at least an effort to put some pressure on the punter.
Here's the senior. First punt of the season. Athens with Young back to return it. They let him kick it. Not the greatest of balls, but it takes the members' bounce and will trickle out of bounds at the 34. So that's a 34-yard punt. Got the benefit of a bounce. So 3:09 to go.
So he did his job. Athens Drive electing not to send anyone to try to block the punt. They were protecting against any kind of fake. So they were in a safe punt formation. Athens Drive now gets the ball with 3:09, right about the 34-yard line. An opportunity to steal this thing on the road.
No timeouts. They'll go out of the shotgun with Madry this time. He's got a touchdown pass tonight. Keeps it himself. Ahead to the 40, or rather 38.
It's almost like a reverse play action where he pump faked outside and then ran the delayed zone dive up the middle. 2:45 and winding down.
Now back to the triple option look. A throw out of it. Madry underneath, caught. Receiver gets away. He takes off. Nice move to get free. And it's going to be Barlow taking it down to the 3.
Trayson Barlow with 2 huge catches tonight. None bigger than that one. Madry rolls out. And Barlow just does a great job of working inside of that defensive back and then turning it upfield. And now Athens Drive in no hurry to get to the line of scrimmage as they have an opportunity to burn this clock out.
59 yards takes them into the Reel It In red zone with Saltwater Seafood and Fry Shack from boat to bite, done right. Athens Drive looking for their first win of the season. And reeling a little bit defensively, Green Hope calls for time.
Wow. Yeah, that was just a great play call by Athens Drive. Just being able to be patient in their pass game. It's where your rushing attack just wears down a defense, and you think they're going to go all rush, all rush, all rush. And then they mix in this pass with Madry. Great route by Barlow to work inside of that defender and make himself available.
So 59 yards on the catch and run for the sophomore. From the 3 with 1:45 to go. Nice job by Volchek to meet him there with some help.
Volchek has something to say about it. He's had a very productive night, playing in the backfield often, disrupting that rushing attack. You'll see him just win right here on the line of scrimmage, comes clean. Stops the run.
To preserve some time, they'll burn another timeout with Greenhope. So, it has been a back and forth affair here. 3-0 after the first, 10-8 at halftime in favor of Greenhope. And then it was 17-15 at the end of the third quarter. Athens with a snap with the clock dwindling down, a 27-yard run. And then the pick six put Athens ahead, but Goulet's third touchdown pass of the night earlier in the quarter. And then the 59-yard play, a loss of 2, second and goal from the 5.
So Athens Drive in a unique position here, being on the 5-yard line. Obviously, they're a run-first team. They've shown the ability to throw it. What do they have up their sleeve now, down in the red zone?
This is an Athens program that has just had 4 winning seasons in the last 25 years. Nothing doing.
Volchek again.
And the final timeout burned here with 1:19 to go.
Volchek has been outstanding. Another stout play there for him.
So the question here, I guess, Andrew, would be, you have 2 downs to score here. They have no more timeouts. And by they, I mean the Falcons. They've burned through them. Do you take a crack at the end zone here? Do you try to throw it?
Well, it depends on the philosophy of Coach Smith. You want to play this to win, or you want to play this to go to overtime. And it comes down to where you think, you're sitting with the momentum in the game. Obviously, if you score, you're going to give Greenhope a little bit of time, less than a minute to get down the field and maybe get an extra, get a shot at a long field goal or something like that. But it depends on the philosophy he wants to do. You want to steal a win here. It's a 2-play scenario. You want to go to overtime and take your chances in overtime. You take one shot here in the end zone, and then you kick a field goal on 4th down.
Athens Drive 149 on the ground, 68 through the air, 59 on that one play. 266 yards of total offense for Greenhope tonight. They're hanging on by 3 points. 3rd and goal. Madry rolling. Pushing his way ahead. Madry dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Madry. And Athens Drive. It is a Crossroads Ford touchdown. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more.
Coach Smith with a great play design here and rolling them out, stretching out the play, having a lead runner for him. Plenty of blockers. They had more hats than Greenhope did. And that was easy for Madry to convert that to 6. What a turn of events.
This is a huge extra point. It's been an adventure tonight kicking for Smith. That one is pure. So that makes it 28-24 with 1:12 to go.
Wow. What a game, Patrick. What a game.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's school bus stop of the game.
It's the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
His first down, arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioids. Pass too tall, intercepted. Picked off at the 38. Down the sideline with the pick, Jamari Bridges. He had an interception last year, and he gets a pick six. He takes it 62 yards, and Athens Drive has captured the lead.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Surrender that lead, but they have now taken it back up 4 with 1:12 to go.
Yeah, I'm just kind of shocked sitting here at, what this game was in the first half and ultimately what it became in the second half for both these teams. A lot of good football here in the second half for sure.
So now Smith with the Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing always here when you need us. Here's a return. Davis breaking a tackle. Davis looking for the outside. He'll be pushed out of bounds. Just 9 seconds elapsed. Excellent field position for Green Hope as they'll operate with no timeouts from their own 46.
A.J. Davis being a true leader of this team, taking it on his shoulders to do everything he possibly can to eke out every yard on that kickoff return. Setting up Green Hope offense on a shorter field now.
So the passing game tonight, 222 for Green Hope. Couple of interceptions though, 3 touchdowns for Goulet. That is incomplete. Receiver may have slipped.
Yeah, the throw was a little behind him as well. But if he had not slipped, he might have been able to work his way back to that ball and help out Goulet. Goulet just a little bit off on that one. He had time, set his feet, was able to get a good throw. Couldn't connect.
Goulet underneath. The catch by Clegg. First down to the 39.
Athens Drive defense content with giving up the middle of the field, electing to play their safeties deep. So they're giving up their mid-range throws. 45 seconds.
Going to be an arthritis knee and pain center's first down. Arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioids.
I think they're probably wanting to get on the same page with the clock.
Which shows 44.2. Athens Drive looking for their first win of the year.
They're looking for a reset possibly on the play clock, which wouldn't matter.
Green Hope looking for their first 3-0 start since they went 10-3 under Kwame Brown in 2014.
So again, Athens Drive defensively, get the wide view camera of the field. You'll see their safety deep and their corners deep as well on the perimeters. So they're taking away the sidelines, but giving up the middle of the field.
Goulet swings it. Nice catch out of the backfield. And down. Is the runner stay in bounds? Are they going to rule him out?
Did they rule him out? They one more timeout, huh?
They must have.
Timeout on the field.
And it is a timeout, so they did have one remaining. They burn it.
So that was a good defensive play by Athens Drive. They kept, the play went over the middle of the field for Green Hope. This player wanted to get to the perimeter. Athens Drive defense keeps them in bounds, forcing Green Hope to have to burn their last time out.
But Beasley's a load when he gets going downhill, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so 25.3, second and 3. You don't have any timeouts remaining. We know that now definitively. What do you go with here?
Well, if they're going to give you the middle of the field, you know that the clock stops to move the chains. So the easiest route to a first down is to take what the defense gives you. If if they drop their safeties and play the perimeters on the corners like they have prior plays. So I'd find some plays over the middle, and I'd plan to get on the ball as soon as possible. If I have to down it and kill it and clock it, then that's what I got to do.
25th meeting between these two programs all time. For the end zone, caught! Clegg! 17.9 to go. A Crossroads Ford touchdown. The fourth touchdown pass of the night for Goulet. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more. What could this game have had any more?
Coach Johnson saying, forget it. We're going to end this game right now. Clegg got free behind Barlow. And Barlow just looks like he got lost in space. Clegg got behind him. Goulet saw him. Connected for 6. Wow.
31 yards, 271 passes, and 4 yards passing, and 4 touchdowns tonight for Goulet. And this to make it a 3-point game. Boots it through. Boskin with another PAT. 17.9 to go. And now Boskin will have to come out and kick it ugly again.
You know, what's difficult to defend against this Green Hope offense is we've talked about it throughout the game. There's just so many threats offensively. And, you know, you go shut down A.J. Davis, double him up, take him away, and Clegg breaks free. We've seen it with Jack Sloan breaking free. We've seen it with Jack Trainer breaking free. There's a lot of weapons and a lot of ways for this Green Hope offense to beat you.
Second touchdown reception for Clegg tonight. So here comes the kickoff for Legacy Construction and Roofing. And obviously you got to kick it ugly. No timeouts for the Jaguars.
You want to limit a big return here, so obviously you want to put the ball on the ground.
If you're one of those up men and you can somehow pounce on it as it scoots through, no, they're going to kick it towards the end zone. Comes down at the 7. Young with the head of steam. Busted outside. Young down at the 32. And with 10.9 remaining, they will have it. Have to go 69 yards. The Central Carolina Chevy Dealers Player of the Game tonight goes to Nash Clegg. A couple of touchdown receptions, including the go-ahead score. Visit your Central Carolina Chevy dealer today.
Nash Clegg with a great night. Gonna remember this for a long time.
His coach said he is our craftiest receiver. Stay tuned. After the game, we'll have our presentation of the F&R Trophy afterwards. Madison will be on the field. 10.9. Madry will have to throw. Hit a 59-yarder earlier. Hurls it down the sideline. Intercepted, picked off. Josie with the INT. And Green Hope, for the first time in more than a decade, is going to go to 3-0.
Madry just trying to make a play there. Josie sniffed it out. It's overthrown. And that was an easy pick. He got his 1 foot down. And that's going to close out this game for Green Hope. He's got the turnover belt. Raising it high for the student section, which is down to our left. They're in full force in their blackout gear tonight.
This has been one of the best environments we've been to this year. I know it's early, but that section has been loud. They've had a lot of energy all night. The majority of them have stuck around. And they're about to see, for the first time since 2014, their Falcons wearing the all-black for the first time. move to 3-0. What a win, and what a fourth quarter between these two. The 25th meeting certainly was one that'll be memorable.
Classic football fashion. You want to win a game. The last play of the game, it's the way I was always taught it. Both these teams fought to the bitter end. Green Hope coming out solid.
Stay with us. We'll come back, have the winning coach, Mitch Johnson, with Madison on the field. What a finish here tonight from the Nest as Green Hope moves to 3-0. Madison Little with Mitch Johnson.
Well, Coach, for the first time in over a decade, your team is 3-0. What does this win tonight say about this group of guys?
Brotherhood.
And it was a back and forth battle. The first time all season you've really been battle tested. How impactful was the grit of this team tonight?
Well, that's funny because that's what all gas, no break stands for.
Yes, sir. Well, congratulations, Coach. Here you go, guys.
Mitch Johnson wanted to celebrate. He's got more energy than any of the players.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's fired up, and for the first time since 2014, they're 3-0, but more impressive, they were 0-10 last year, did not win a game.
It's incredible turnaround. You know, he's got these players believing, you know, in his mission of turning this program around. And they showed out tonight. You know, that's the first true test they've had. They were facing a loss within the final 2 minutes. They're able to turn it around, drive down the field, and get a touchdown to close it out.
Well, a tremendous game, a wonderful fourth quarter, lots of excitement tonight, and it's a full moon, wouldn't you know it? Well, all of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful folks at Riddle & Riddle, University of North Carolina, Affordable Dentures, and Tatum & Atkinson, who make these games possible for viewers at home. We'd also like to thank our great supporters for their contributions to our Friday Night Rivals telecast, Arthritis Knee Pain Centers, Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Chevy Dealers of the Carolinas, Saltwater Seafood and Fry Shack, Crossroads Ford, Legacy Construction and Roofing, and NCDHHS. We'd especially like to thank the participating high schools tonight and their administrators, Athens Drive High School, and our host. They've been a great one, Green Hope. Tune in Friday, September 19th. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. It'll be East Wake taking on the Cary Imps. Looking forward to that one. Great job with Andrew Bays here tonight and Madison Little for them. I'm Patrick Johnson and our entire crew. Green Hope to 3-0. So long, everybody.